Hello everybody! Welcome, welcome! Welcome, welcome, welcome! I'm so excited! So we got a little bit of time. Oh, I'm hearing about everybody's time zones, I think. Hello, where to start? Oh, hello Flygoniacs! Hi my very old man! Hi Coolside! Hi Oko-san! Hi Rudy! Hi Halem! Hi Ebi! Hi Kikyo! Hi Soto Dude! Hello Haraxion! Hi Slife! Welcome everybody! Welcome, welcome, welcome! I see new names! Hi Arya no Sekai! Hi Kuromi! Welcome everybody! Welcome, welcome, welcome! Yeah, so starting a bit early just to... I just wanted to ask... LIMBUSSWEEP, what's everybody's hopes, dreams for this? I just want to see Ishmael animated. Limbus. We're gonna sell 1 billion tickets. Limbux. So I'll be watching through OBS. I'm gonna be squinting a little bit, but I'll see. There's gonna be English subtitles, so I'll try and read them out. Big hope for Limbus. That's all we can really ask for. I just want a business plan that's not a scam. That too. I was thinking they can't do what's worse than whatever's going on with Pet Pass and Fire Emblem Heroes. It's not being delayed till next year. I was thinking, well, all the recent trailers and stuff, because they put up some new gameplay videos. They're still saying, all of them still say winter 2022. Hoping it's time to build the future, yeah. Oh yeah, yesterday PM announced they had a 6-hour waiting line. Yeah, and they had to shut down the line because they're so popular. They didn't have enough merchandise. Which is amazing. I was reading some of the like little reviews and articles that were being put out. Oh, but winter... Hi Kaido, winter is next year. Well, they say winter 2022, which will be... It's like technically November, December. I feel like if it was going to be delayed more than a few months... Yeah, I mean, especially given just the most recent videos. They'll say winter 2022. I've heard some of the staff at the TGS event have been saying it's still planned for December. Oh, December seems the most reasonable to me. Hope my potato computer will be able to run it. But me too. If I'm still on my laptop, I probably will be going through my iPad again, I think. Did they have floor demos? Yes, they did. They have a really cool setup. It's like... They made it look like the bus. And you could do like a boss fight and one of the regular fights. And if you beat them, you got merchandise. I'm actually, just to make sure we're all okay, I'm going to do a little sound check on another tab, I think. Hey, Buttercup! I'm gonna do a quick sound test just to make sure we're all good. So 1 second. I disappear for a sec. Here's one of the other streams. Just tell me how this sounds.
神様感みたいなのも欲しいしっていうのでいろいろ悩ませていただいたんですけど、このビーブがちょっとキャラクターとしてこのワルツの世界にすごい即したちょっと仕掛けがあるので、それは今度それが週刊連載によって明かされた時にまた改めていろいろおしゃべりしたいなと思います。
I'm not even sure what they're talking about. Hello.
当に早くやってみたいの一言につきます。
そうですね。
これ触らせてもらわないと絶対全貌がわかんないんだと思うんですけど。さてここ
Sounds
まで
okay?
ワールド
Okay.
2ワールドについてですね、
Sounds good.
いろんなお
Okay,
話を
thank you.
伺
I
って
just
まい
wanted
り
to
ました
double
が、
check.
でここでですね、アニプレックスさんとデスクワークスさんの作品に関する最新情報。もうすでにね、
Okay, thank you.
この配信後 RPG 対
Quiet
応します
voices
って宣
compared
言して
to
る
your
人
own
に対して
audio,
なん
but we
ですが、
won't be having
そうなんです
voices.
こ
Okay.
のワルツー
I'll
も含めて
turn
お
up a
伺い
little
していきたい
bit
と思います。じゃあ藤井さんお
because I
願い
want
し
to
ます。
hear it.
はい、ありがとうございます。まず
Oh, other tab. One sec. Okay, good. Thank you. I just wanted to. Oh. Oh. Oh, is that just includes paid promotion? Okay, that's fine. Okay. Okay, looks like I'm not covering too much. The other thing I see that I tweeted about, they were. Oh, hi, Galvez. I tweeted about this, but they put up during one of like the things at the beginning during one of the streams at the beginning when they're talking about the schedule, they put Limbus Company under both under Project Moon and under a different company as their game. Which I found very funny. At least it wasn't like PM had a different game instead of Limbus Company. But it felt like PM Curse was... The PM Curse was being transferred to other games at this point. So we'll see. I mean, I don't think we've had a live stream without something going terribly pear-shaped. We'll see. Did they spell it right? It is spelled. Yeah, Aria, it's supposed to be like 50 minutes, I think. At least it wasn't Type Moon. We've been there, done that. Didn't they also screw up the order of the sinners in the thumbnail? Oh, I didn't see that. Oh. Legend of Ruina. But classic. Classic. They'll never live that down. Oh, Project Type Moon. That came from like one of the Xbox streams, I think, where somebody confused Project Moon with Type Moon. Fake Grand Order Limbus crossover. I'm still waiting for Cookie Run. Oh, your cat is cuddling with you. That's nice. That's nice. Oh. Apparently music is playing, but it's... Let me see. Sorry that I have to go flying around when I have to disappear when I change tabs. There's a bit of music, but I can barely hear it, so hoping that gets fixed. Just again, let me... Okay. I'll put time stamps for when we actually get the stream, so we can... People can jump right to the beginning when the time comes. Ichigo doesn't really do crossovers with other games. Oh, interesting. I always kind of assumed... You're right. Couldn't think... I mean, not that I'm too familiar with Fate Grand Order, but... You're right. I haven't... Never thought about it, but we don't... Never seen it in any of the things I've played. I think at this point, like, the bar for crossover is Persona 5, because they do... Persona 5 just has collaborations still all the time with everything. They don't need to, that's true. Natsu is very particular about the roles the characters take in his story. Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. I would say Nier Automata crossover, but yeah, I wasn't all that. That would be funny. That could actually be really charming. Persona 5 collabs haven't usually been a good omen though. Granblue's still going strong. I want Cookie Run, and I don't really play Arc Knights, but I feel like that's one that might have potential. It feels like it fits both worlds. Just occurred to me that the identities mechanic can be used for weird crossovers. That's why I think Cookie Run could be really funny. They'll have identities from whatever the Cookie Run world is called. Hi Charlotte, I'd like them to make a crossover with other Korean games. Yes, I want to know... I feel like I don't know too much about the Korean games industry, honestly. So I wouldn't mind having... I would actually like to have more exposure to that, and I think Project Moon has just been a good exposure. Hi Exia! Where are we? We're waiting for it to start. Yeah, but when the stream actually starts, let me know about volume and I can adjust it. Oh. Things are happening. Yeah, let me know about volume if it needs adjusting. And face the sin, save the ego. Long's PB is good. Was that Dawn and Dante? Okay, this is character order. Yay, it's so. Yay! Is she won? I'm satisfied.
출발할게. 부릉부릉.
2022 winter. That's a good PB.
안녕하세요. 프로젝트문 디렉터 김지훈입니다. 이번 가을 이렇게 도쿄게임쇼에 일반 전시로 참가하게 되었습니다. 그 덕에 일본에 계신 팬분들을 만나 뵈어 즐겁고 영광입니다. 뿐만 아니라
But I'm just gonna check if
이
there's
영상을 보시고 계신 프로젝트문 팬분들께도 감사하다는 인사를 드리고 싶습니다. 올해 프로젝트문은 세 번째 프로젝트인 림버스
one quick second while I just check. Is there a live subtitle? No. Okay. Oh, they might be afterwards.
이번 영상에서는 림버스 컴퍼니의 핵심 내용을 간략하게나마 소개해드리려고 합니다. 저희의 게임에 흥미를 느끼셨다면 몇 달 뒤에 출시될 림버스 컴퍼니를 꼭 찾아주시면 감사드리겠습니다. 여러분이 즐겁게 플레이하시는 모습이 벌써부터 기대가 됩니다. 그러면 지금부터 림버스 컴퍼니 소개를 시작하겠습니다.
Yeah, no live subs, so we might have to go again afterwards. I'm okay with that.
림버스 컴퍼니의 세계관에 대하여 소개드리도록 하겠습니다. 림버스 컴퍼니는 26개의 구역으로 나누어져 있는 거대한 도시를 배경으로 이야기가 진행됩니다.
We have Korean and
각 구역은
Japanese.
기후나
No
지형뿐만
English.
아니라 기술의 발전도와 문화적 차이가 뚜렷하게 존재합니다. 이러한 차이로 인해 구역마다 특징과 규칙, 금기가 다양하게 존재합니다. 여러분은 모종의 이유로 12명의 수감자들을 관리하는 관리자가 되어 그들과 함께 거대한 도시 곳곳을
Is this
돌아다니며
Angela's
황금가지를 찾는
voice actor?
여정을 떠나게 됩니다. 출신과 성격, 행동과 가치관까지 제각각인 이들과 함께 다양한 사건을 접하고 수많은 어려움을 마주할 것입니다. 이들은 저마다의 관계성과 이야기를 가지고 있습니다. 여행의 과정에서 그 이야기를 알아갈 수 있습니다. 앞서 이야기를 드린 것처럼 이 게임의 목표는 도시를 돌아다니며 황금가지를 찾는 것입니다. 여기서 이야기하는 황금가지란 과거 로보토미 코퍼레이션 지부 기술의 정수를 말합니다.
Automy Corporation?
여러분은
There's a separate live stream with an English interpreter. Would people prefer me to switch to that quickly?
떠나게 될 것입니다. 로보토미 코퍼레이션은
Then we can watch the one with subtitles
대량의
afterwards.
에너지를 생산하는 회사였습니다. 어떤 사건으로 몰락해버린 이 회사의 지부가 도시 곳곳에
I'll swap to that
남아있습니다.
quickly. 1 second.
그리고 폐허가 된 지부 내부 어딘가에 황금가지가 숨겨져 있습니다. 하지만 주의하셔야 할 것입니다.
Okay.
황금가지를 원하는
There are
사람들은
others who also want to get the golden bow.
로보토미 지부에는 환상체들이 여전히
Abnormalities are still there inside Lobotomy
황금가지를
branch.
찾는 과정에서 이 알 수 없는 괴물들과
You
마주하게 될
are going to
것입니다.
face mysterious glitches
그들을
during your
제압할 수
quest
있는
for the
방법을
golden bow.
찾아내어 각
You have to
환상체의
find a
특징을
way to
제거하며
control creatures, watch out the
수감자들과 함께
characteristics of
싸워나가세요.
each abnormality, and fight together with the sinners.
수감자들의 기본적인 능력만 이용해서는
It may be difficult for you
황금가지를
to
누리는
fight
적들이나
against abnormalities who
돌아다니는
is
환상체를
wandering
막기
in the robotomy
타서
branch
수
and
있습니다.
also the enemies who are looking for the
이를 위해
golden balls
무수한
with the
거울속의
facing the
어딘가에서
capabilities of the
인격을 비교할 수
prisoners.
있는 기술이
Man at the top.
있습니다.
You can
다양한
collect
인격의
the
적재적소를
identity
사용하여
from the
마주할
world
시련을
and you
극복해
can
나아가세요.
utilize their identities for the better places or better opportunities to fight against the enemy. And in the Robotomy Corporation, there was a technology to extract weapons and armor from the abnormalities, which is EGO, and to reflect the features of abnormalities, you can proceed with the battles using these weapons and armors, and also with the optimal EGO for the prisoners. You can control enemy
There's
more
that. I
effectively.
think that's fourth match
That's all
flame
for the
Dawn at the
introduction.
bottom that we've
Next,
still
I'd
never
like to
seen.
talk about the Battle of Limbus Company and also the contents.
Oh, the warning spelled with 2 N's. I want more English footage just so I can look at, like, what all the skills mean. Oh, wait. Speaking of... Is this the older UI? I can't tell anymore because they have the new... They've added new UI where when you select the skills, there's more information at the top now.
이상이라고 속이는 이상이요.
파우스트예요. 이 몸의 차례인가? 난 돈키호테일세.
거울 속에는 소리가 없어.
언제가 되면 만족할 수 있을까?
이게 다 무엇이란 말인가?
I don't mind more people getting to see all this stuff because it looks really good. Is that the way they spelled? I remember they misspelled warning on like the core suppression thing. Oh.
림버스 컴퍼니에서 하나의 장은
Limbus
여러
Company's
개의 스테이지로
chapter consists of
구성되어
several
있습니다.
stages.
입장할 스테이지를 선택하면
So if you choose the stage to
스테이지에 대한
enter,
정보가
the information
출력됩니다.
related to the stage is output.
이곳에서는
From
스테이지
here, stage
추천
name,
평균
recommended
당장하는 적의
advantage,
정보,
average level,
EX 클리어
and the
조건을
information of the
확인할 수
enemy
있습니다.
and EX clear condition can be
스테이지에 입장할
checked.
때는
When you enter the stage,
엔케파린이라는 재화를
you choose the
사용합니다.
currency named Enkefarin.
플레이어는 12명의 인격을
And for players, you
전투
have
조건에
to
맞춰
combine
편성해야 합니다.
12 identities according to the condition of the battle, and the
각
number of
스테이지마다
the
다르기
participants in the battle is different by stage.
일부 스테이지에서는 전투 시작
In
전후에
some of
스토리가
the
진행됩니다.
stages, the story begins just
스토리
after the
메뉴에서는
start of the
스킵
battle,
버튼,
and the
자동
story
재생,
menu has a skip
로그
button,
확인 기능이
auto replay,
준비되어
and
있습니다.
log
Yeah, the new
check
characters. There's
functions.
Aya.
모든 스토리는
And
한국어
all the
풀
stories
보이스를
will be
기획하고
delivered
있습니다.
in a Korean full voice.
전투에서는 화면
Okay, Faust
In
하단에
Dawn.
the battle,
조작 패널을
you can
사용합니다.
use the control panel just below
왼쪽부터
the screen,
오른쪽까지
and from left
스킬
to
아이콘을
right.
차례대로 이으면
If you
전투가
change the
진행됩니다.
skill icons, the battle
스킬
goes
아이콘을
on.
종료 지점까지
And
이으면
if you change the skill icon to the
시작됩니다.
end point, the battle starts.
인격이 사용하는 스킬은
I thought
And
the old
skills
UI was
that the identity
코인
uses
앞면이나
consists of more
뒷면에
than
따라서
one coins
스킬의
on the
위력과
top side
효과가
or bottom side of the coins. What I would define the power of the skills and
스킬
also the
사용
effectiveness.
Okay, they finally talked about
Before
the coin
using the
mechanic.
skills, you would do the
위력과
coin
효과의
toss to
판정을
Coin
진행합니다.
toss.
identify the power and effectiveness and then execute.
일반 전투에서는
In an
스킬
ordinary
아이콘을
battle,
이을 때마다
once you
스킬
change the skill
슬롯과 대응돼
icons,
앞에서부터
it responds to the
합을
skill slot of
진행합니다.
enemy, and then the match
합이란
would
아군과
start from the
적군의 스킬이
beginning.
서로
Match is
부딪혔을
the
때
event
발생하는
which may
이벤트입니다.
happen when your side or
스킬의
enemy
강함과 운에
side
따라
skill
합의
match.
승패가
And
결정되며
according to the strength
합에서
and the
진
lack of
인격은
skills, the
스킬
match would
사용이
be decided
취소됩니다.
like win or lose. And if
하단에
the
체력
identity
UI
is
옆에 푸른
lost,
구체는
the skill is
인격의
cancelled.
정신력을
And the lower
나타냅니다.
part, physical UI, blue,
정신력에 따라
blue The square shows the sanity of the identity. According to the sanity level,
Oh, okay, so
probability
here's
of
the
the
thing where they all attack at
top side
once. So is that
coin
just based on
appears will be
auto?
changed in the battle, and according to the status of the battle, the sanity of the identity will be changed on a real-time basis, affecting the battle.
When you have the minimum level of sanity, each identity might get panicked or corroded by EGO.
Oh, that's a cool effect.
There will be negative impact. And when you use a skill of the same color, you get more damage. This is what we called evil resonance. And when there are 3 skills of same color located each other, damage is much increased. This is what we call complete resonance. And resonance is essential to achieve passive skill of an identity.
Yeah, I prefer being able to see like each battle occur at once, sort of like Ruinous style. I find it easier. But it's good to understand what's happening, but it's nice that that's an option we can to like rush through everything.
Resonance. And for each attack, there are 3 types: slash, penetration, and hit. And one of the effective strategy is to understand the weak points of opponents. When you are damaged and your power is decreased under the yellow line of the gauge, you are in confusion situation. You will be very fragile to all the attacks during the turn, and you cannot do anything. When you proceed one turn, you get arbitrary identity action line on your control panel. When a turn is started, depending on the speed value of each identity, control panel is positioned. Once a turn finishes, your skill icon will be converted to attribute resource. It is essential to use EGO skill.
Yeah, the Chaos of Brawl type I think will be very good for like when you're rushing through, when you're just grinding and stuff, rushing through early battles, get through it quickly.
He or she has. And this becomes powerful. And it can even flip the battle situation. So with EGO skill, continuing effect of EGO is stimulated and your identity becomes stronger. However, if you use EGO skill when your sanity level is low, your identity might receive negative impact from EGO.
That Heathcliff?
So when you are corroded by EGO, you can experience powerful effect, but you cannot control
yeah, they
your
can attack
identity.
everybody.
You have to be careful.
Ishmael!
When you win a battle, you can get user experience point and identity experience point.
But in your team, you win.
When you achieve a target set for each stage EX, you can get additional reward. When you lose a battle, you cannot get user experience point or identity experience point, but you can get Encaferin back. You can learn from tips on the screen. You have to be prepared and try it once again.
Still here. That's nice you don't lose stamina. Yeah, that's a big thing. I think Grand Blue does that where it doesn't consume stamina if you lose. love the 7 identities, look amazing. And that, I want to see the... They put up a picture of like a new Ishmael ego. No, Grand Blue does consume stamina. Some of them like do return it if you lose. But they put up a new Ishmael ego, which I don't know if it's just fire themed. It looks incredible. And nice idle animations. Yeah. I like that they're quite subtle as well. I really want more English footage just so I can see what the skills do. They changed the passive system a little bit at some point. And I still want more clarity on what the passives do. I'm not sure about that sound effect right when they start a turn. It reminds me of like, I don't know, the beginning of a fire alarm a little bit. Oh! Yeah, don't love that sound effect, but not a big deal. And the amount of effort they put into like, there was custom death animations for all the abnormalities, death sprites.
요료슈쿠 메르소 그렇게 불러주겠습니까?
홍루라고 한답니다. 잘해보자고요, 우리.
아, 이제 왔나?
고막을 찢을 것만 같은 고성이 귀를 사정없이 때려댄다.
뭐 어디에나 있을 법한 흔한 집안이었죠.
Oh, I love Honglu's ego animation.
각장의 마지막에는 스토리 던전이
At the end of each
등장합니다.
chapter, there is a story dungeon.
스토리 던전은
In
정해진
story
맵을
dungeon,
탐험하는
you will
방식입니다.
explore a designed map,
관리자님은
and the
던전의
executive
맵을
manager
한
will
칸씩
move the
이동하며
dungeon map
각
step by
방의
step
이벤트를
and make a
진행해야
progress
합니다.
in event in each room.
각 방에는 일반 전투,
In each room,
환상체
there are
전투,
events like a
특수
general
선택지 등의
battle,
이벤트가
abnormality
배치되어
battle, and
있습니다.
special options.
스토리 던전은
Story
로그라이크
dungeon is
방식으로
a
전투 중에
roguelike
손실된
style.
사람자들의
When a
체력,
sinner loses
정신력,
power,
사망 상태가
sanity, or
유지됩니다.
when a sinner is dead during the battle, that condition will
던전
continue.
내부에는
Those are the
세이브
sins.
포인트가
There are
있습니다.
save points in the dungeon
Those
where all the
monsters.
sinners can recover their physical and mental strength.
회복됩니다.
And when all the identities in the battle are dead in the dungeon, you can try the battle once again with the remaining identities.
남은 인격으로 전투에 재도전할 수 있습니다.
Sounds like these could be really challenging.
However, if all the identities are inactive, you have to start from the save point once again.
던전에서는
In
환상체
dungeon,
전투가
abnormality
새롭게
battle is
추가됩니다.
newly added.
Oh, so they're using this mechanic, okay.
Abnormality
마주한 적보다
battle
훨씬 더
is much
강력한
stronger.
존재입니다.
Abnormality is much stronger than the enemies
just the
you
apple.
fought in the general battle. And they could be monsters, they could be gods, they could be human, or any other something which have unlimited probabilities. And in the abnormality battle, you can change the identity skill icon
What
and
is that?
abnormality skills one by one to proceed with the battle.
조작 패널에 있는 스킬 아이콘을
And also on the control panel, you can see the skill
Something
icon.
calendar.
And also, you can connect them and you can change them with the upper part of the abnormalities. And then once all
Sorry, I can't quite read the
control
kanji, it's
panel
a
skill
little
icons and
small.
abnormality skill slots are
Watching
changed,
through OBS.
the battle starts. And so many abnormalities have a strong skills which represent the appearance and capabilities.
환상체는
Abnormality consists of more than one part.
부위는 파괴되어
The
사라질 수
parts
있지만
may disappear by destruction, however, for some abnormalities, they can be regenerated.
이와 같은 까닭으로
Because of them,
환상체 전투는
abnormalities
일반
battle
전투에
is
비해 더욱
requiring
전략적인
more
선택과
selections, like strategic selections and also constellation, compared with the general battles.
환상체 전투 중에는
During the abnormality
So
battles,
this new UI they made.
rarely the choice events may happen.
선택지에 제시된
In order
질문과
to overcome the
해당
questions
난관을
presented in the
필요한
choice and
판정이
also to
있습니다.
overcome the difficult points, you have to make a necessary
여러분이 선택한 결과에
judgment.
따라
According to
전투에
the
영향을
results
주는
of your
이벤트를
choice, you
경험할
may
수 있을
experience an
것입니다.
event which may affect the battle.
특정 환상체와의 전투
And
이후에는
after the battle with
전리품은
abnormalities,
에고
you can
기프트를
get
얻을
Ego
수
gift.
the
있습니다.
EGO gift.
에고 기프트는
The
해당
EGO
던전에서만
gift can be
적용되는
used in the
강력한
specified
효과를 준
dungeons
Oh, okay,
only,
okay.
and which is an item providing strong effects.
층의 마지막 방을 클리어하면
And then after
다음
clearing
층으로
the
넘어갑니다.
last room of the layer, you can move on to the next layer.
I like that they're calling them
이러한
layers.
방식으로 마지막
Then
층까지 도달하여
reaching the final
황금가지를
layer,
회수하는 것이
you would collect the
스토리
golden
던전의
bow. That's the
목표입니다.
target of the story dungeon.
What does the golden bow do? I like the repurposing of ego gifts to like little dungeon. I mean, these sort of roguelike. It fits in with the roguelike theme. Not that I played a whole bunch of roguelikes, but getting these like temporary additions. I like that they're calling them layers just because it reminds me of the Sephora. Or I mean the Sephiroth, that's for plural. More ebony apple fighting. Well, she probably has the... Oh, what was that text? I like, probably has like the most iconic design of all the new abnormalities we've seen. Then we don't get to wear it. That would be fun. Yeah, I'd like to wear the Yogibs. Oh, I think of Layers of Hell. That also makes sense. That also makes a lot of sense with the Divine Comedy theme. Good point, Too Lazy. Oh yeah, speaking, seems Faust passed the check which cleared the vines. This means the sinners won't be inflicted with bind. That reminds me, I really do want to know more about the status effects and just like how they're being balanced for this game. We won't get voice acting in battle too. I don't mind that given like how fast the battles go. Especially with the brawl mode if everybody's yelling at the same time. It might get a bit overwhelming, I think. Might have been cool for just the ego, but the fights look way harder in this live than during. Yeah, I was just thinking, like, in watching a lot of the fights, like, somebody's like always staggered. We have multiple characters staggered. Look, somebody's dead there. It's hard because I like playing safe. I don't like anybody dying, but it just seems like a necessity a little bit to let people die. Because of the difficulty level. The classic FE player mentality. I wasn't sure about this UI change at first, because I thought the old one was fine, but this one is... I mean, I like the old one. But this is good. This is good.
히스클리프. 사람 박살내는 건 내 전문이지.
저를
이스마일이라고 불러주세요.
안녕, 로자야.
잘 먹고 잘 사는 놈들은 믿을 게 못 돼.
그 지옥 같은 바다에서 살아남은 건 나뿐이었을까?
모든 게 돈처럼 다시 걷어들일 수 있으면 좋을 텐데.
거울 던전은
Mirror Dungeon is one of the Limbus Company main contents, where you enter one of the world connected by the diversified mirrors and then explore inside.
Okay.
Mirror Dungeon is a roguelite method, and through the events and the battles, you would collect EGO gifts and also enhance the personality and the EGO, and also establish the strongest sinners, which is different from Story Dungeon. In order to enter the Mirror Dungeon, you need a currency of Enkefarim box, and you can enter there for free once per day. Without using Enkefarim box, you can enjoy Dungeon, which is a different simulation mode, regardless, although you cannot get the reward. And according to the number of layers you completed exploration for the Mirror Dungeon, you can get the Battle Pass experience value as a reward, and then you can get the bonus experience value so at the specified frequency per week. And when you enter
Limbus
the Mirror
Pass.
Dungeon, the EGO gift will be presented. And then you would choose one of them, and then you can decide the direction of identity and the EGO combination in order to go forward in the dungeon. And there are a variety of EGO gifts in the Mirror Dungeon, and also the effects is
today's shy look.
And if they are combined properly, you can expect a huge
Ian will be
synergy.
that wolf.
And after selecting the EGO gift, you have to select the 3 sinners to go with you first out of 12.
Only 3?
에고 기프트를 선택한 다음에는 12명의 수감자 중 처음 데려갈 3명을 선택합니다. 남은 9명의 수감자는
Remaining 9 sinners will join depending on the progress of the Miller Dungeon.
처음 고른 에고 기프트의
You can
효과와
choose identity and EGO, which matches EGO gift effects and directions you choose, and structure your own energy.
I do like the little buses they're loading. The loading icon.
Rooms and routes in the Miller Dungeon are randomly created when you enter the Miller world for the first time.
거울 던전에 등장하는 전투방은
The battle room in the Miller Dungeon are classified into General Battle, Abnormality Battle, Dangerous Battle, and the Layer Boss, depending on the difficulty and enemies you encounter.
선택지가 제시되고
In the event room, options are given to you so that you can get EGO gifts or penalties. There are various possibilities.
거울 던전은 스토리 던전과는
Unlike
다르게
Story Dungeon,
세이브
there
포인트가
is no
없기
save
때문에
point in the Mirror Dungeon.
신경을 써야
You have to be
합니다.
careful with how to manage your
거울
power.
던전에서 선택된 인격이나 에고에는
For identities and EGOs selected in the Miller Dungeon, development stage which is unique to the Miller Dungeon is applied instead of already developed level.
Okay, so you do start from like...
Sinner's identity and EGO might develop depending on the progress of the Miller dungeon. Therefore, the characters you have not trained can also be sufficiently utilized in the Miller dungeon.
Okay, I like that.
When you win a battle or have a particular event, you can get EGO gift. The effects from EGO gifts might make a big impact in a battle. It might help the progress of dungeon. The more difficult a battle is, the higher possibility to get better EGO gift as a reward.
Well, these guys are new.
The more you play the Miller dungeon, new EGO gifts are released.
Yeah, they're not
With the
free.
newly
It doesn't...
released EGO gifts, you can check the effects on the
I guess it really
Miller
depends how much
dungeon
Incophilin it costs.
when they are locked, you can check the condition to release them. There are various options you can take in the event room. Depending on what you choose, Sinner can recover to make a progress in the Miller dungeon, or new identities and EGO can be added to your deck. You can also get EGO gifts. For some of the event rooms, you are able to get information about the reward beforehand. That will be a good clue to judge which direction you should go in the dungeon. Like this in the Miller dungeon, you make a progress by overcoming randomly generated battles and events.
Wonder how generous they'll be with
It is important to
stamina.
remember that the sinner's power is sustained in the Miller dungeon.
I feel like in a lot of modern games, they're very generous with stamina
When you
now.
clear the last room of each layer, you can either move to the next layer for a better reward, or you can end your challenge with the current reward. In the Miller dungeon, when you complete your challenge, you can get a reward which is proportional to the layer you complete. You get reward of dungeon in Battle Pass experience. You can receive additional Battle Pass experience points only 5 times in a week when you clear.
Was that Ryoshu being...
That was about how Limbus company system works.
Battle Pass reward? I'm not sure about identities being rewards, but... we'll see.
싱클레어라고 해요. 오티스입니다.
그래 고르다.
내가 어떻게 해야 했던 거야? 이 길의 시작은 분명 여행이었다.
그 풍경인가?
이번에는 림버스 컴퍼니의 비즈니스 모델에 대해
Now let me
설명을
explain the
드리겠습니다.
business model
Okay,
of
here we
Limbus
go.
company.
컴퍼니의 대표적인 비즈니스 모델에는
As representative business models of Limbus company, we have lottery and battle pass. First of all, let me talk about lottery. You can get identity by using insanity, which is a paid currency for this game. When you get an identity you already have, you can get a piece of identity of each character depending on its rarity. You can collect a piece of identity to create an identity.
Next, let me talk about the Battle Pass.
배틀 패스는 정해진 기간 동안 게임
So
플레이
for a
진행도에 따라
specified
보상을
time,
획득할 수
you can
있는
get the
시스템입니다.
reward according to the progress of the
여러분은
gameplay.
미션을
And
완료하거나
if you complete the
거울 던전을
mission or if
진행하며
you
패스 레벨을 올릴 수
complete the
있습니다.
mirror dungeon, you can
배틀
increase the
패스에서는
pass level.
다양한 보상을
And from
획득할
the
수
battle
있으며
pass, you
가장
can
주요한
get a
보상으로는
variety
초감자가
of
장착할 수
rewards.
있는
And the
에고가
highest
있습니다.
reward is the EGO, which can be
배틀 패스의
installed
보상은
by the
기본
sinner.
패스
And the
보상과
reward of battle
프리미엄 패스
pass
보상이
is a
있습니다.
basic pass reward and a
꾸준한 게임
premium
플레이를
pass
통해
reward.
에고를
So if
비롯한
you continue
인게임
your
보상을 무료로
game's
얻을 수 있습니다.
diligently,
유료
you
구매를
can get
통하여
the
프리미엄 패스
in-game
보상을 개방한다면
rewards
추가
like
에고와
EGO
더 많은
and
인게임
or
재화를 획득할 수 있습니다.
you can
배틀
buy
패스를
them
통해
and the
제공하는
premium pass
보상의 목록은
is
다음과
released and then you
같습니다.
can get the additional
기본
EGO
패스
and more
보상으로는
in-game
Is that like Hong Lu's
currencies
new
and
ego that they
through the
showed
battle
off?
pass
전투 티켓
the
등
rewards are like
핵심
this.
인게임
For basic
재화들과
pass
해당 시즌에
rewards, you can
등장한
get the
주요
insanity
이야기에
and
관련한
Pelican box
에고가
and also
있습니다.
experience ticket and core
프리미엄 패스 보상을 통해서는
in-game currencies.
Battle
And
announcer.
also
인격
you can get
파편
EGO related with the main
아나운서와
stories in
추가
each for
에고를
each
획득할 수
season. And for the
있습니다.
premium pass rewards, you can
배틀
get the level
패스는
of ticket
시즌제로
or
운영되며
identity
다음 시즌이
piece
되면
or battle
기존의
announcer and
배틀
additional
패스가
egos.
종료되고
And
새로운 배틀
also
패스와 에고가
the
등장합니다.
battle pass is
특정
operated by
시즌에
the season,
등장한
and in the
에고를
next season,
획득하지
the
못하고
existing battle
시즌이
pass is end,
종료되었다
and the
하더라도
next battle pass
에고가
and
출시된
EGO
후
would
두
appear.
번의
In
시즌이
a specified
지나면
season,
인격 파편을
the
사용하여
EGO, if you
제작할 수
cannot get the
있습니다.
EGO,
매
after
시즌마다
2
메인
seasons after the
콘텐츠와
release,
주요
you can
이야기가
remake
업데이트되며
the piece
약
of
3에서
identity.
4개월
For
사이의
each
주기를
season,
목표로 하고 있습니다.
main contents and main story
매
will be
시즌에
updated,
맞추어
and
새로운 배틀
in
패스와
3
함께
months to 4
새로운
months
에고들이
cycle,
등장할
it will be
예정입니다.
updated.
앞서
For
이야기를
each
드린
season,
것처럼
you can get
뽑지
the
못한
new
인격이나
EGO together
이미
with a new
시즌이
battle
지나가
pass.
버린 에고를
And
인격
when
파편을
the season
사용하여
finished,
언제든지
you
제작할 수
can carry
있습니다.
over the previous
시즌이 종료되면
sanity and
이전
also
시즌에
the
보유한
identity.
인격
When the
파편이
season
일정
ends,
비율만큼 이월됩니다.
you can carry over the
이는
piece of
기존 수집형
identity
게임의
piece which
천장에
was from
사용되는
the
자원을
former season.
조금이라도
And this
이월시키기
is
위한
to
요소입니다.
carry over
새로운 시즌의
the
인격을 빠르게 제작하고
resources which are
싶은
used
분들은
as a ceiling
다음
of the
시즌을
game
위해
of
인격
existing
파편을
collecting
I need to watch
time.
this part
If you
over.
want to create the
효율적인 방향을
new
추구하는 분들은
season
시즌 종료 전에
identity
제작할
as
수 있는
soon as
인격과
possible,
에고 중
you can
남아있는
choose
것들을
that
제작할 수 있습니다.
one. And also, if you
배틀 패스와
pursue the
뽑기
effective
이외에도 게임 내에서
direction,
사용하는 재화를
you can
주기적으로
create
제공하는
the
월
identity
정액
and
시스템이
EGO before
존재합니다.
starting the new season.
다만
And
월정액을
also, in
구매하지
addition to
않더라도
them, you
게임 내
have the
컨텐츠를 즐기는
monthly
데에는
fixed
큰 어려움이
payment
없습니다.
system to
배틀
provide
아나운서는
the currency
전투
for
중
the
특정
game
상황들을
periodically.
아나운서 캐릭터에 맞는 대사와
However, you don't have to pay
더빙으로
for that in
재미를
order to
더해주는
enjoy the
시스템입니다.
game. And
배틀
also,
패스
Battle
이외에도
Announcer
유료 재화를
is a
통해
system
구매할 수
to
있는
add
배틀
the
아나운서가
announcer
있습니다.
character and its lines.
정리를
In
하자면
addition to the Battle
주요
Pass,
비즈니스
you can
모델은
purchase the
뽑기와
Battle
프리미엄
Announcer
배틀
with
패스입니다.
the paid money.
보조
In
비즈니스
a
모델은
nutshell, the
필요도
major
충전과
business model
월
is
정액
lottery
패키지,
and
배틀
premium
아나운서들의
battle pass.
판매입니다.
And also, supplemental
이러한
business model
방식으로
is a recovery of
림버스
stamina
컴퍼니를
and
전개해
monthly
나갈
fixed
예정입니다.
payment package and Battle Announcer and sales. That's how we're gonna to operate Limbus company.
지금까지 제약분명 잔혹 RPG 림버스 컴퍼니에 대한 소개였습니다. 림버스 컴퍼니는
So that's for our company business. Our Limbus company will be launched in second half of 2022. So let's stay tuned to enjoy the games, and also according to the schedule, we're gonna to try do our best to provide the game to you. Thank you very much for your support as before. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, thank you for the big presentation, Project Moon. No, I'll see if subs get uploaded once the stream ends. Or they might put it on their own channel. Yeah, I definitely need to, I wasn't quite following everything that was part of the battle pass. I don't love identities being locked behind a battle pass. Oh, see, no, I'm gonna stay on. I'm gonna look at if subtitles get put up quickly. Just because I do want to see more about the battle pass before I finish. Let's see, hold on. Going to disappear for a second. One second. I'm just gonna see if put up anything quickly on their Twitter. It doesn't seem like it yet. Okay, well, I'll hold on for just a second. They didn't give a price range. The thing I hate so much about Fed Pass, the Fire Emblems model, is they keep hiding quality of life. Not just so Fed Pass does this thing where you can get like character skins, sort of. Skins themselves aren't a bad thing to put. Skins themselves aren't a bad thing. I think that's a nice like bonus. Like Grand Blue sells skins and they're quite nice, and I think that's a perfectly fine thing to sell. But these sort of skins in Fire Emblem Heroes is they give stat bonuses, which I find quite unfair, especially when they're sort of skins for very old characters who are having a hard time keeping up with the power creep, so that gets locked behind a paywall. And then the other thing that Fed does is they added a spark system, but you can only do it if you're a Fed Pass subscriber for like the limited banners. But the things like auto skip that they hide behind Fed Pass is just, it's like a thing that really should be in the base game at this point. In Duel Links, there's an option for changing the in-battle music that you hear and is locked behind Battle Pass. Then it's an actual game option that's locked behind it. I hate that. I hate that so much. So locking like the ego just leans into like a pay to win option, but if there's no like player versus player or like ranking system, I guess I'm less upset about it. Yeah, that sounds really rough. Battle Pass, this should really just be cosmetics and mild gameplay boosts. They keep adding stuff and then locking it behind Fay Pass. But Spark, I want to watch the gotcha thing again because they're talking about, they had something about what you do with duplicate identities. Because like the presence of a Spark system, I think is at this point, or a guarantee, is pretty much essential for me to enjoy a gotcha game at least. I think Premium Ego has become free after a few months. That, yeah, I really want to see that over again because I wasn't quite clear. Just gonna check. Okay, stream's technically over. Let's see if... Okay, no closed captions. I'm just checking if they put something up on their Twitter then. Excuse me? Not yet. Okay. We'll wait a few more minutes and see if they put something up. Because I think there's still plenty to talk about. Yeah, from what they said, it sounds like if you get a duplicate identity, you can use that to build progress towards unlocking the identity of the same rarity. That's sort of what I got from the brief information, which I like. Because I prefer that to, like, I don't know, the same thing with, like, in Fire Emblem, you really need merges of your character to make them competitive. And that can be really frustrating when you spend a lot to get a copy of the character you like, and then you actually need, like, 10 copies to make them actually viably competitive. Which is... most of the PvP is it's not technically PvP, although there is a PvP mode now. But that was frustrating for me to, like, save up for a year to get a character and then only get a handful of copies and then I can't use them. I'm not a big fan of that system. The heavy system in Fire Emblem Heroes sounds like a nightmare. Fire Emblem Heroes is a very good what not to do with a lot of things. Need to pull 11 to get a plus 10. I didn't mention if dupe strengthened the original did it. Oh, what am I playing? Hold on. Oh, sorry, I was accidentally playing the stream over again. Yeah, no closed captioning. Yeah, and then I don't have a good sense of, like, how constellations work in Genshin. Grand Blue, you don't need dupes of characters, but you do need dupes of weapons, but that's only if you... mostly only if you play, like, the non-free-to-play kind of grids, but Grand Blue is very free-to-play friendly. Otherwise, I just want to play the story. Me too, me too. The city is very competitive. I remember I was getting confused in, what else was it? Magia Record. The PvP type of gameplay was actually called Mirrors. But the game, unless they're going, like, by a scoring system, I don't think PvP works here. I'd say that you can succeed in fair with +0 and only need to +10 your original 4-star usually. Good team building. Yes, that is one thing I did appreciate for a lot of Fire Emblem Heroes, is that if you understood the AI and had strategy, you could beat whales, but there was still... At some point, power creep did just become frustrating. Still, there's a lot of times when I just want to use my favorites, not necessarily build this, like, free character that can be very good if you invest into it, but that was me. Genshin cons make already strong characters stronger, so it's not necessary. Okay, that's a good way of... That's fair. If you can clear, like, the endgame content in Genshin, I guess that's fair. So upon looking at the footage, it seems that you make your identity stronger just by using them. Yes, that's fine. Although I do like quality. I would like quality of life stuff. Where, like, I think in more modern gacha you have, like, a skip feature, so you can just get the experience without playing the battle necessarily. or just like auto battle everything, which is fine. Because sometimes if you get a very weak character, when you get a brand new character in the week, you don't want to spend forever doing combat you've already done forever. Yeah, the power creep of Fez. Very good example of what not to do. And you can 3-star Abyss with just the starting characters. That's one thing that I think is interesting about Genshin, is that it seems like a lot of this early 4 stars incredibly powerful still. Are still like top tier supports, which is something I appreciate in terms of power creep, I guess. Yeah, Fez serious issues, but it does do some. I like how customizable units are. I like inheritance and ability for any unit to theoretically be used. Exactly. That is a cool part about that. You can have a very weak unit and give them the best skills, and they can be good. Okay, is there... Just checking again if they put anything up. Okay. We might not get anything immediately then in terms of English subtitles, in which case... Might not stay on, but... Hey, Biasa! Hey, Scribble Baggins! Welcome, welcome! I feel like when a game introduces too many units, there's gonna be some people classify few as meta. Meta is always gonna be... When I play games, I do get quite invested in the meta. I do find team building and strategizing between different characters and finding ways to make weak characters viable really interesting. So I really like customization. So it looks like we get to customize at least with the identities. Meta's natural. True. Are there any games you're looking forward to? This. Fire Emblem Engage. I've been so busy recently, I don't even know how much I will get to play. People always make a meta game even out the most non-competitive games. That's true. Meta's fine as long as other stuff is still viable. Exactly. That's a good way of putting it. So the few amounts of characters but the amount of ego identities. I like... The thing we haven't seen too much about, I think, is passives. I want to know more about like what the different passives do, because I do know they changed the passive system a little bit. So I'm interested in team building from that. For instance, if you get a very good character, is it better to use them for their passive or for their in-combat abilities? And like, how important is team synergy? Like, is it important to have everybody... Is it important to have, like... If you're using a charge character, it's important to build like the entire team around charge kind of thing. Like, team building was very important in... for instance, team synergy, and in Ruina. I think generally you wanted your characters to synergize with each other and you had specific roles. Overall, I think the overall model has a lot of potential, but devil's in the details, and I hope they don't screw it up. That's one thing I said in like earlier streams. I think for people that aren't like Project Moon fans, they're just coming into it as a gacha. If things don't work well in the beginning, it's very easy to like lose people. Because I remember, what was the Cygames pinball game? They had some issues at the beginning, and there's like a huge exodus of players. I mean, I think it's doing okay now, but you just want to be good at the beginning, I think. But I generally have I do generally I was gonna say, do genuinely trust Project Boot. I have faith in them. I have faith in them. How the business model works, we don't. Hi SP, we don't quite know. Not until we get another translation, I think. World Flipper, yes, that's what it was called. There was some issues like in the first month. There was something happened. I can't remember. But there's some issues with like a banner, and then there's a big exodus. I can't remember the details, but something happened. PM are very in tune with their fan base. Exactly, exactly. I do generally trust, and I do trust them to, I mean, especially after like the Ruin ending debacle, I do trust them to listen and change things if it's not working. The only mistake in the presentation was the warning. That just reminds me of the Lobotomy Corporation warning, as people said. Yeah, I want to know what the roll rates. That normally makes or breaks morale for rolling. Exactly. Again, Spark system is huge, I think. And like most games have them nowadays, or some sort of guaranteed or pity system. But especially if you don't, especially since you don't need copies, I think. I mean, I guess when they said if you get copies, you can use them towards other identities kind of thing. We'll see. I guess that's still not quite sparking. I'd rather I just straight up some sort of guarantee of getting the character you want. I hope they make this for consoles. I mean, they do make... I mean, certain gacha games now have, like, console versions, so... I mean, I guess we don't have a lot of Project Moon games on consoles, we just have Xbox. But if it does well, I can't see them not going for it. It'd be nice to have long-term PM content. It is exactly. I really miss... I mean, we still kind of get Update Fridays with waiting for Limbus, but Update Fridays are huge. And was like some of the most fun I've had with the game. Just getting up and not just playing it, but then seeing all the reactions and discussion and speculation. That is so much fun. Frostal's roll rates are horrific. SRs are literally 1% with no pity system. No! FGO's gotcha's pretty bad. I mean, I feel like FGO is sort of infamous for their low rates. I mean, they were supported by the Cookie Run people, so I don't know what the rates are for Cookie Run. I assume they have like a good amount of data to draw upon. Remember that after Limbus released, PM will have 2 games on parallel yeah. The Distortion Detective novel and LC2. But, I mean, lives... I mean, I'm just thinking, weekly updates... Weekly updates are... I mean, that's another thing about gacha, where, like, even if I wasn't necessarily interested in the story of, like, Fire Emblem Heroes, which I played quite a bit, whenever a new character was released, I love reading analysis of stuff. Oh, hi, MB! Oh, yes, I was gonna say, my friend Embus also did a live reaction to the video, so if you want to see more reactions, please check their channel. Yu-Gi-Oh! Tag the stream. YouTube tag the stream as Yu-Gi-Oh! I might check that. That might have been me. That might have been a mistake on my part. Thank you for letting me know. I'm looking forward to watching your streams though. We were just waiting. We were just waiting to see if they put up a version with English subtitles for a little bit. The stream is tagged as Masterdoll. That's likely on me for using stream settings. I will change that. I don't know if there's a Limbus tag yet, but just put in Project Moon. Oops. I hope you can get a good amount of currency just by doing your dailies. Exactly. I'm gonna be very curious to see after Tokyo Game Show if there is like a giant, not even a giant, but a little bit of boost in followers for their accounts, because we still want that free Isang and Ryoshu. Since this is now a Yu-Gi-Oh! Stream, apparently, what decks do you think each of the sinners would use? Dante would use Burning Abyss. Rodion Gamble deck. So lots of... I'm worried because no matter how good the game is, if the gacha's bad, that's a deal breaker. I still want more answers. There's still a lot of things to question. But I do trust if it doesn't work out that that Project Moon is very responsive and would make adjustments. Why do you think Dante would use that? Isn't Burning Abyss the Divine Comedy deck? Oh, Don Quixote crank it. That's fun. Don plays Noble Lights, that's true. But I have many questions, need a translator for answers. We'll get them. We will get them. But and I appreciate the translator. Like, live translating seems like an absolutely impossible thing to do. Because they were going through a lot. There was information dense, and they were going through it quite fast. Especially, I don't even know if the translator is that familiar with the game itself, but you're trying to keep up with that as well. Yeah, okay, I probably will finish up for a little bit since but yeah, they always appreciate how much they do for the English fan base. That's huge. The fact that they're providing like they were getting like a global release and everything comes out in English immediately is I'm not used to that. But good night, Arya. Thank you for hanging on. Okay, so I might finish up for a little bit here. But maybe do some sort of follow-up if the thing comes up in English, but that was really fun. I've never done one of that, I've never done something like that before, so I hope it worked out well. But I'm so excited for Limbus. Every time they put up new content, it just warms my heart. There's a lot to discuss. And I think it's alright to have concerns because I think honestly we all just want what's best for the game. We want to have a good time, but we do want what's best for Project Moon because we love them. So it's okay to have concerns? Never seen you at all before. You see, oh yeah, Star Mitas. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you everybody for dropping by. I might discuss we'll find out what we can do to discuss things later on. We worry because we care. Exactly. Because we have faith. But for everybody's new, it's nice to meet you. If it's not a reasonable time, please sleep. We'll have more information soon. And I used to try and put up Project Moon content weekly. I can't do that exactly right now, but big Project Moon fan. And we'll likely, I can't see not streaming Limbus, honestly. Can't see not streaming Limbus. But I'm sure we'll get more information. There'll be more opportunities to talk about it. But regardless, I hope everybody has a good rest of their weekend. And I will see you soon. Thank you so much for joining me and for your support with this. Because again, it was all new. But thank you. Thank you. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.